In this video, we are going to learn how to teach receptive colors using a discrete trial format. Colors are the building blocks for cognitive development. There's a reason it's one of the first things kids learn in school, as well as some of the first words a child says. Separating things by colors is also usually the first major discrimination a child learns to make by separating toys or candy into preferred color piles. Making discriminations and organizing information is critical to higher level development such as reasoning, categorization, math, reading, and more. Colors are also an important part of early speech. Learning colors will help your child communicate better. The objective of this program is to teach your child 10 or more colors receptively. Before you begin teaching receptive colors, be sure that your child can identify at least 15 receptive labels and match at least 10 color cards. To start this program, you will need at least 10 color cards on 3x5 index cards. I highly recommend using the printable color cards available on our website as they meet all the required criteria. For our first target, we have selected red. We always want our first target to be as distinct in appearance and sound as possible to make discrimination easy. We also like to select targets that are not too difficult to say for the transition to teaching expressive colors. Our SD today is touch color, for example, touch red. We could have used other SDs such as give color or just color, for example, red, but the desired SD is touch. Sometimes when a child has difficulty discriminating language, we remove the command from the SD. The required response matches the instruction. In this program, it is touch. Our prompt fade sequence is hand over hand, to physical assistance, to position prompting, to pointing. The preferred prompt method today for this program is pointing. All right, let's get started. Gather required materials and reinforcers, call the child over to the table, place a target card on the table. Present the SD, touch red. Remember to immediately prompt. It's very important with the early learner that you always immediately prompt. This will keep the child successful and prevent them from failing. In this example, we are using a pointing prompt, which for this child is enough of a prompt to ensure a correct response. If the child had not responded to the pointing prompt, we would use a more intrusive prompt such as physical assistance. Since the child has responded correctly, we immediately deliver our social reinforcement. Wonderful! We also will deliver a tangible reward. You won't see the tangible reward given in the video that often, but you can assume it's there. Recall now that we need to present the material again and ask for at least 5 trials in every drill. Touch red. Great! The child has responded correctly without a prompt. We're moving the card around the table to facilitate attention and to prevent patterning behavior. Touch red. Terrific! Touch red. Great! Touch red. That was amazing! Go and play. For the second item, we have chosen green. Definitely it looks and sounds different. Touch green. Excellent! Touch green. Nice! Touch green. Smarty. Touch green. Remarkable! Touch green. You're a winner. Go play. Let's take a look at some data so far. You'll want to make sure that your 2 previous items are mastered in mass trial format before beginning random rotation. This means that each response is at least 100% across one instructor in a single trial for mass trials. We didn't show you the 100% trials, but our data shows our student has achieved item mastery in mass trial with both red and green. So now we're ready to begin teaching random rotation. To begin random rotation, again gather your materials and supplies and call the child over to the table. Since this is a new step, we are going to use a position prompt to guarantee a success. Touch green. Way to go! We're going to lessen the prompt or fade the prompt by reducing the distance. Touch green. Excellent! All right, let's fade the prompt entirely. Touch green. Magnificent! Now let's do the same thing for red. Touch red. I knew you could do it. Again, let's reduce the distance to help fade the prompt. Touch red. Stellar! Let's eliminate the prompt entirely. Touch red. Nice work! Let's finish up the initial random rotation without any prompts. Touch green. Fantastic! Touch red. Looking good, go play. Recall to master an item, we need to be at 80% or above across 2 consecutive drills with 2 different instructors. So let's repeat the random rotation with red and green. Touch green. You're amazing. Touch red. Super work. Touch green. You're a rock star. Touch red. That's the ticket. Touch green. You're a terrific worker. Go play. Now we're ready to introduce the third item. We have selected yellow. Notice how yellow is visually different, and this is a 2-syllable word to make it sound different. Using the same procedure as before, we'll mass trial yellow till it's 100%. Touch yellow. Excellent! Okay, here's what our data looks like so far. You can see that for our random rotation of green and red, it did take 3 separate trials. You can see the 2 that are highlighted in green that our master criteria has been accomplished because 2 different instructors got above 80% across 2 consecutive trials. Our student here even tried to verbalize red. This is a very good sign. Children who echo early instructions tend to do very well in our program. You can also see that it did take just 1 drill to master yellow in mass trial. How can that be? Don't we have to have a prompt, and therefore we can't really have 100% for the first mass trial, can we? The hint is in the notes. The child was beating the instructor to the prompt. This is also a very good sign and something you're looking for and trying to teach. We are now going to rotate red, green, and yellow so that we can master yellow. If yellow doesn't master out quickly though, we'll want to be sure we review green and red in a separate drill without the yellow card to keep the response strong. To begin, let's place all 3 items in the field. This is our target field size for receptive programs. Touch yellow. Try again. Touch yellow. Try again. This is the 3rd trial, so we have to prompt at this point. Touch yellow. Good work. Touch yellow. You're amazing. Go play. Okay, well, our student had difficulties on that last random rotation. So we followed our protocol of try again, prompt retrial. Let's repeat the random rotation again later on in our session. We'll start with the well-mastered items first, like red and green, instead of yellow. Touch red. Bravo! Touch green. Bingo! Touch yellow. You rock! Touch green. Good, good, good! Touch red. Exceptional. Touch yellow. That's it! Great work. Go play. Let's take a look at the data one last time. We can see that our first random rotation of all 3 colors was after a day off. The instructor even made a note of it. Sometimes this happens in the early stages. That's why I recommend, if it's possible, to have some instruction every day during the first year of intervention. We did get 100% on our next random rotation, so the next step would be to rotate all 3 cards till we can get to our master criteria. What's next? After that, we would continue our mass trial and random rotation sequence until all the desired items have been mastered. Once you have about 10 receptive colors mastered, and as long as the receptive instruction program is going well or has gone well, we should generalize our SD to other things. Some examples are touch, give, point, and go get. You will also want to generalize the colors to both 3-dimensional colors, like those from a color sorter, and different types of colored pictures. You can also generalize by playing color games around the house and in the car, like a color scavenger hunt or do you see the color? Okay, let's cover some troubleshooting steps in case things don't go as smoothly as we would like. There are 3 troubleshooting procedures that I have found successful: the matching transfer procedure, sorting procedure, and using sight words. In the matching transfer procedure, we use the same technique as in the matching program with a subtle difference. We use put with color instead of put with same. So for our example here, the SD would be put with yellow. This gives the child an opportunity to have both visual and auditory information available and allows the label to be transferred. The next step is to replace the target card with a blank card and repeat. Of course, during these steps, we are still following standard master criteria, and we have to eventually remove the card so the child just touches the correct color. There is a slight problem here, so we're using a blank card, which is the same as the white color. So I would avoid teaching white during this process. In the sorting protocol, we use color cards in trays or bins and have the child sort the items, usually about 3 of each, so 9 total, into the appropriate bins. Sort. As the child places each item in the bin, we label it with the color. For example, as the child places a banana down, we say yellow. Finally, for children who are hyperlexic or those who can read well above their age yet still have trouble understanding speech, word cards with the word written in the same color as the target card can be used as in the matching transfer procedure and faded to just the spoken word, put with red. Red. Good! You purposely want the first thing you say after the child matches it to be the name of the color. We'll talk more about this in another video. That brings us to the end of teaching receptive colors. Remember, teach at least 10 colors, and you should either teach receptive shapes or expressive colors next. Please check out those videos and take a look at the supplemental material for prerequisites and details on how to teach each of these programs. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email, Skype us, or connect with us on Twitter. Thank you for watching. I'm James Milan for AutismGurus.com, helping your child become a star.